A lot of people have the power to get you to do what they want, even if you do not want to. And they do it in ways that do not make you realize that you're going against your will. Deceiving people by words and actions in order to get them to do what they want is manipulation. Manipulation is often regarded as abusive, and there are several studies in psychology that try to analyze manipulative behavior and its effects on the other person. Oftentimes, a manipulative person will convince you into feeling guilty for not doing something that you shouldn't have in the first place. Psychological manipulation involves the exercise of undue influence through mental distortion and emotional exploitation with the intention of seizing power, control, benefits, and/or privileges at the expense of the victim. In this video, we are going to explore some facts about these manipulative people and how you can be aversive when you're drawn into situations where you can be manipulated into giving up control and submitting to the perpetrator. Hey guys, welcome to another exciting psychological facts video, where we go through some horrific psychological facts about people who manipulate you. Now, before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss a video from us and are always up to speed. Now, let's jump right in. Number 1, the manipulator can easily identify weaknesses. A manipulative person has mastered the techniques of assessing a situation and the victim's mindset. They keep probing you into spilling out your weaknesses and analyze them in order to deceive you. When you're with a manipulative person, they will ask you questions that will help them build a profile of you and use your weaknesses against you. For example, you may have a disposition to feel guilty about something, and they'll use that guilt in ways that'll make you do something that's for their own benefit. Number 2, manipulative people tend to ignore boundaries. A person that's deceptive may not have that much respect for your boundaries and will often step over the line in order to get what they want. They do not care about your sense of security and will get through your guards in order to fulfill their needs. The art of manipulation works in such a way that the manipulator often makes you bring your guards down willingly and expose yourself to them, which you wouldn't have in any other situation. They do this with such grace that most times you do not realize that you're in a very vulnerable position and being taken advantage of. A manipulator has no respect for your boundaries and will take no responsibility for going over them. Number 3, they overwhelm you with facts and statistics. Some individuals enjoy intellectual bullying under the guise of experts who are familiar with a particular field. They utilize you by forcing you to assume facts, statistics, and other data that you may hardly know. This can happen anywhere, be it business negotiations, sales, or even relationships. By appearing more knowledgeable than you, the manipulator hopes to push through their agenda more convincingly. There is a big difference between providing facts for solving a problem compared to doing it to benefit your own bias or agenda. Number 4, they lure you into their court. Manipulative individuals may insist that you meet and interact in their own physical space. There they can have more control over the situation and the victim as well. This could be the manipulator's office, home, car, or any other place they feel familiar with, and feel safer and secure and more in control, which you may lack when you're there. This gives them power over your sense of safety and security, and ends up making you submit to their demands. Number 5, they manipulate facts. Manipulative people may not hesitate to twist and bend facts that will facilitate their interest and intention to deceive you. They will lie and manipulate the truth and convince you that they're being authentic. Examples of manipulating facts include lying, making excuses, being two-faced, victimizing themselves and blaming the actual victim, withholding and disclosing information strategically, understanding and exaggerating facts. A manipulator will actively lie to you, make excuses, blame you, or strategically share facts about them and withhold other truths. Number 6, they avoid responsibility. A person that's manipulative often does not take responsibility for their actions. They either prefer blaming another person or guilt their victims into believing that it's their fault. It does not mean that manipulative people do not understand their responsibilities. They do. They just see nothing wrong in holding you accountable for their own actions. Ultimately, they may try to get you to take responsibility for satisfying their needs, leaving no room for fulfilling yours. Number 7, manipulative people prey on your sensitivity. Manipulative people take advantage of our sensibilities, emotional sensibilities, and especially your integrity. They know that you are likely to have a relationship because you're a kind, soulful, caring person, and that you want to help others. They may also cater for your goodness and kindness at first, frequently praising you for the tremendous individual that you are. But over time, reward of those features may start diminishing, and you'll soon find that you're just being used by someone that doesn't really care about you. They simply care about what you do for them and not for others or yourself. Number 8, they constantly judge and criticize you. A manipulator maintains their superiority and control by constantly being dismissive of your efforts and marginalizing, ridiculing you, or belittling you. They always want to have the upper hand over and hold their superiority by making you feel small. They very aggressively foster the impression that there's always something wrong with you, and that no matter how hard you try, you are inadequate and will never be good enough. The manipulator almost always focuses on the negative without providing genuine and constructive solutions, or offering meaningful ways to help, and they make you lose sight of your own goodness. Number 9. Self-victimization. A manipulator often uses the victimization technique. It is often to exploit the victim's goodwill, guilty conscience, sense of duty and obligation, or protective and nurturing instinct in order to extract benefits that only feed their own interests. Manipulative people can play the victim, making you seem to be the one who caused a problem which they began but won't take responsibility for. Some examples of this include exaggerating personal issues, exaggerating health issues, becoming dependent, feigning dependency, codependency, etc. They also indulge in playing weak, powerless, or carry a facade of being a martyr. Number 10. Raising their voice. Most of the manipulative individuals tend to raise their voice and be loud during discussions as a form of offensive manipulation. There is an assumption that if they project their voice loud enough or show negative emotions, you will submit to their impulses and give them what they want. Aggressive voices combined with strong body language such as standing and excited gestures are displayed in order to increase impact and coerce you into submitting to their demands. Number 11. The silent treatment. Silent treatment is widely seen as a form of emotional manipulation and even psychological abuse. It is the act of ceasing communication or not responding to you, or sometimes even not acknowledging your presence. By deliberately not responding to your reasonable calls, text messages, emails, or other inquiries, the manipulator presumes power by making you wait and intends to place doubt and uncertainty in your mind. They use this tactic to cause maximum damage by not being responsive or reactive, and then manage to get away by stating that they did not really say a word to help the situation go awry. Number 12. They rarely question themselves. Manipulative people don't mind thinking about doing good things for others. They only think about which strategy or tactic is in their best interest or for their own profits. Rarely do manipulative people question their own ways unless they were doing things based on mental or internal fears or trauma. But other than that, manipulative people move on quickly with failures, disregarding the people who they have affected in order to cover their tracks and flee without the burden of their responsibilities. They move in direction in ways that are only good for them. Every other factor is ignored, even if a manipulative person tries to appeal to your emotional side, saying that they care about you when they really don't. Michael Ende says, when it comes to controlling human beings, there's no better instrument than lies. Because you see, humans live by belief, and beliefs can be manipulative. The power to manipulate beliefs is the only thing that counts. As human beings with values and ethics, it is a sad truth that we're prone to being manipulated easily. This is often because it is hard to distinguish between an authentic person and a person who's being deceptive. We tend to give in to demands out of our own goodwill, even if they end up hurting our own selves. However, if we understood from the beginning that a person is not who they seem to be, and is just hiding behind a facade of what appears to be socially acceptable behavior, then perhaps we'd be more wary of getting involved with them. These are some of the horrific psychological facts and traits of manipulators, and they're all around us. We hope that these pointers will make you identify signs and help you be a little cautious around people, and know if they're manipulating you. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video and would like to learn more about the human mind and how much we're capable of, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such exciting content. See you all in the next one.